Let me go to neurofeedback. Neurofeedback is actually it's often called separate from biofeedback. They're often two different things. It's seen as two different things, but actually it is just EEG biofeedback. So training to gain control over the electrophysiological activity in the human brain. Developed quite early, EEG. So one of the first ones was Hans Berger. Digital EEG came also quite early. Remember when it started with biofeedback? That was around that time, 60s, 70s. QEEG and neurofeedback. I had the pleasure to meet him. I think Joe Kamiya is like almost 90, and he's still lecturing. There are different applications for neurofeedback, and that's what Dr. Chen will talk about as well. ADHD, you have very good experiences with TBI, traumatic brain injury, sleep disorders, insomnia, and epilepsy. Peak performance. Dr. Chen has also had the pleasure to work with John Grouselier. So this is the second part of peak performance. Neurofeedback and biofeedback, and improvement, attention and memory in general. Very shortly, I put instead of these electrodes that I put on my muscles, I put them on the head, right here. I have the same amplifier, and it measures the electrical activity of billions of pyramid cells. And this is what it looks like. This is one position EEG. Very shortly, so it's a cortical activity. Right here, pyramid cells. That's what it measures. Addition of electrical activity of billions of pyramid cells. Shows this. And this I can use as the basis for neurofeedback. I don't train on this, I train on parts of the EEG, different parts of the EEG. I can use different locations according to a special system, 1020 system. They've standardized the positions because not every head is the same. And there are just a lot of different neurofeedback training approaches. I'm not sure, Dr. Chen? You're going to talk about mostly about this or different one? So you have just different ones. This is the one we mainly don't talk about. But you also have some Z-score training. This is especially in USA. This is used much. Slow corticals. It's very European, German actually, and HEG neurofeedback. Neurofeedback sessions, like I said, 30 sessions generally, 1-2 times a week, and often combined with biofeedback. Because if you have an ADHD child that comes in and that is very, very active, maybe first try to relax him by doing breathing training or other kinds of training. Different phases that I've generally gone through. From my experience, within around 10 sessions, the people get an idea of that they have an influence on the brains. I mean, it's easy to influence breathing, but influence the brain, yeah, it's what should I do? How do I do this? And that's where you come and play. Then after around 5-10 sessions difference. The clients get an idea of that they can really change what is going on inside the brain. Stabilizing and performance enhancement. You get a therapist screen and you train on different frequency bands. This is what a client screen would look like. I've just shown you different client screens. very basic, a video, an animation. Let me now just surely show you a video.
Oké, dat ik heb nu scherm even klaargezet. Dan gaan we eerst even beginnen met de ademhaling. Ademhaling goed gaat. Dat zie je zelf ook wel. Kun je al heel goed. Dus het zal zo zijn. Dan ga ik daarna het andere scherm aanzetten met het feedback. Aan. Nou, je weet hoe het werkt. Dus ademhalen en lekker relaxen. Je gaat je ademhaling oefenen. Ja. En je ziet het lijntje, dat gaat steeds omhoog en omlaag, hè? In golfjes. Als die omhoog gaat, adem je in. Als die omlaag gaat, adem je uit.
At the start of the neurofeedback training, Tarks focuses on his breathing, observing it and slowing it down, before the EEG feedback training is started. With neurofeedback, the client can learn how to train and regulate his brain activity by getting real-time feedback from his EEG. Tarks is controlling the movement of the rocket. It will only fly when he is focused and the brain produces the EEG frequencies which meet the criteria set by the therapist. The BioTrace Plus software analyzes the EEG signals coming from the brain and turns them into audio-visual feedback on a computer screen so the client can learn to control his brain activity. Neurofeedback training in many ways is different from treatment by medication. Unlike medication, the success of feedback training also depends on the motivation of the client and the skills of the therapist. It requires a certified and well-trained professional who uses certified neurofeedback equipment, such as the Nexus 10 shown here. Because the feedback training essentially is a learning process enhanced by technology, it takes time and multiple training sessions. More and more clients experience what neurofeedback can do for them and are positive about the results they obtain.
Toen ik straks voor het eerst zag, toen vond ik het best wel moeilijk om zijn aandacht te krijgen. Dat kan me nog heel goed herinneren. Dat ik een gesprek voerde en dat hij eigenlijk een beetje overal en nergens was. En nu merk ik dat hij er helemaal bij is. En dat hij zich kan concentreren, dat hij rustiger is. Als hij geïrriteerd is, dat hij daar met mij over heeft. En dat we kijken, goh, hoe je dat dan? En ja, dat hij daar de rust in gevonden heeft om te kijken bij zichzelf van wat gebeurt er en wat doe ik nu, wat voor gedrag kan ik nu kiezen.
Yeah, this is a very short video. Here you see also the combination again, biofeedback, neurofeedback. And there was a psychologist working at a psychology praxis. I think they only do neurofeedback. That's what they're based. Of course, combining it with other things, but they get people from all over the country only for neurofeedback. She was just talking about different EEG waves and frequencies that you can use. Generally, it is divided in different bands. So you use different bands, different hertz bands, and which roughly is that the lower the frequency, so delta here, the slower the cerebral activity. So delta, for example, is related to deep sleep and coma, and beta is very busy. Again, different frequency bands. You have theta, which is often used in ADHD. which is associated with distractibility, inattention, daydreaming. The whole idea is to reduce, of course, the beta. So reduce this. SMR, sensomotoric rhythm, associated with mental alertness, physical relaxation. The whole idea is to increase it. Used on the sensomotoric strip. Low beta, attentive wakefulness, idea to increase it. High beta, very active, busy head, impulsiveness, ADHD, the idea to decrease it. And with that, I would actually like to give the word to Dr. Chen, and thank you for your attention.